Morning, all. So, final voyage, final trip. Sorry, showing off a little bit. My new hoodie. Final trip here at RTI. So, it's been a week. I can say that, but I figured bring you guys along with me for this final trip. No, I will not be videoing while I'm driving and whatnot. So, but as you can tell, I got a little air mattress. I got bare minimum in here with me, because this is literally going to be a 2-day trip from Idaho out to Kansas City, Kansas. So, yeah, should be fun. Hopefully this load is an easy load to pick up and whatnot. I've been to this customer before, so we shall see. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright, so made it to my pickup for this last voyage, whatever, this last trip here at RTI. I think I'm going to do this last trip right along with the video of showing me emptying out the truck and basically turning it in, with my review for the last 2 weeks, for my 2 weeks notice kind of thing. So and then I'll do a final review, I don't know, probably a week later or so after this video. So I don't know, bring you along on this trip. So arrived here in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Hopefully my trailer is cleaned out well enough, because this customer does have it to where your trailer must be cleaned. So I'm hoping I have it cleaned out enough. There's no debris, none of that bullshit out there in the trailer. Only some dust from here and there. So either way, I'm here. This load was supposed to be picked up last Friday, and now it's Monday, and now I'm picking it up. So I'm going to be ending up being a work-in. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, but there's plenty of open docks, but they got to find my they got to find the product for this load wherever it is on the floor, and then the lady said she was going to call me and give me a door. So hopefully this doesn't take too long to get loaded, and then I can start making my way towards Kansas City to turn in this truck and whatnot. So I think I'm going to do like I said, I think I'm going to do the review video for these last 2 weeks, right along with the video of me showing you and showing proof, just in case RTI decides to say that I turned in a destroyed truck. I'm going to show you proof of what the truck looks like when I turned it in, and so on and so forth. So I'm hoping to be in Kansas City, Kansas by tomorrow, because I have a flight coming back west that I have to pick up. I have to be, not pick up, but be at and be on Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, we shall see how long this takes. All right. Alrighty. I figured I'd do the final, well, not the final review. The final review will be a little bit later, but week 29 and 30 weeks in review. Week 29, I basically barely eked out, scratched out, whatever you want to call it. Maybe that'll work. Maybe not. Alrighty. Oh, well, maybe. Get rid of that one. Okay. barely got that one. To get the money that I did and the miles I did. The load that I delivered on Tuesday, that is the pay cut off. I ended up, thankfully the store took it early for me. Otherwise it was scheduled for a Wednesday delivery and I would have been completely screwed on that paycheck. More so than what I am for week 30. But I had a load that I delivered on week 29 into Colorado. Figured it was going to be a normal week, like I thought it would be. Come from Idaho to Waverly, Nebraska to Colorado back to Waverly out to Idaho for my home time that I had scheduled a month in advance. For 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Delivered the load on there in Colorado on Monday morning and sat for a few hours. Was told, hey, we're having a really hard time trying to get you a load back to Waverly, but there is a load sitting in Denver, Colorado, going to Jerome, Idaho. And I was like, okay, but we're going to try to find you a different load. That way you can get some miles and whatnot. Like, okay, cool. Like I said, 2 hours later, got a call and was told that there was no load. There was three of us RTI trucks sitting there at the Loves. But there was 3 of us, and I was called and told that there was no loads, that I was getting that Jerome, Idaho load, and I delivered them on Wednesday. And my driver manager apologized profusely, going, hey, I know I'm getting you home basically 2 days early. I'm sorry. When are you wanting to come back out? Well, at first I was like, I'm not coming back out till Monday, man. I mean, I scheduled those 4 days off on a month in advance, and even before I put in these 2 weeks notice. And he goes, okay. Well, I go and pick up the load, and I really thought about it. So I call him back, and I tell him, hey, seeing how we're going to get me home early, can we find me a load that I pick up either on Thursday, Friday, seeing how there's nothing being picked up on the weekends out of Idaho with RTI. Can we give me a load to where I can pick it up on either Thursday or Friday, and then I will go back home and finish off my home time and leave out on Saturday. Fully made that clear that, hey, I'm willing to go grab a load on Thursday or Friday and leave out on Saturday. Driver manager goes, yeah, I'll look. Just FYI, I'm going to be leaving for a week. I'm taking a week's vacation, whatever you want to call it. He left out at 12:30 on Tuesday, and he didn't come back until this Tuesday, which is today. I was like, okay, sweet. Before he left on Tuesday, I gave him a call. I was like, hey, have we found anything? No, I haven't found anything. There is a load that picks up on Wednesday, and it needs to be in Wisconsin by Saturday. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work. I need to be home. Because like I said, I had it planned a month in advance. On top of that, with me leaving the company, I was going to be emptying out the truck while I was home and having basically the bare minimum. Like currently I'm sitting on an air mattress and I have a sleeping bag and whatnot. So, because the mattress that was in here, I personally went out and bought. I would recommend doing the same thing. Unless you get a brand spanking new truck, like I was going to, before I put in my 2 weeks notice. So, they have some pretty crappy mattresses in the trucks. So if you get a used truck, make sure you go and buy your own, or get the mattress foam topper things or whatnot. So either way, Driver manager goes, no, I haven't found anything, but I'll leave a note. Okay, cool. Delivered on Tuesday. Thankfully, the store took it early. I got there right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were like, hell yeah, we'll take it right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. They took the load. I went home. And nothing on Wednesday. No notice, no nothing of any load found for me to pick up on Thursday or Friday. Nothing again on Thursday. So I call Friday, and I'm like, hey, do we have a load for me? No, I haven't. I call in to the person who's covering for my driver manager. No, I haven't found anything. Give me some time, and I'll try to find something. All right, whatever. So now I'm fully aware that I'm not leaving out, unless he can find me something that I can pick up that day. Right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or close to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bam, notification comes across in the app, the Go Driver app. Look on it. It's a load that's picking up on Monday, the following week, which means I'm going to be sitting at home for 5.5 days. So week 30, I'm going to end up owing money to RTI because I sat for 5.5 days. Which the load that I did wait for, had to pick up on Monday, I delivered tonight, will go on the week 30's paycheck or pay settlement, but it's not going to be enough to cover anything because it was maybe 1,300 miles at max. 1,400 miles. Which really sucks. Which means week 29's paycheck that I barely scraped out has to cover for at least a couple weeks. I do have another job. I'll probably be doing the final review while I'm in the hotel for the orientation or whatever for this other job. So, yeah. Week 29, barely scraped it out. Week 30, got shit for miles. Driver manager disappeared for a week, which is understandable, and it is what it is. Okay. My driver manager, yes, I know his bottom line is what's best for the company, not really what's best for me. But he pretty much puts himself out there and looks out for his drivers. So when I put in my 2 weeks notice, he said, oh yeah, I'll run you. I'll even find a way to get you home after you turn in the truck, whatnot. Which was fine and dandy. But I didn't get ran for the 2 weeks. At least not the way that I thought I would. Nothing went to the plan that I thought I would. I thought I was going to be ran and made it to where I was going to have 2 weeks worth of somewhat decent paychecks for my last weeks after putting in my 2 weeks notice. And that didn't happen. So that puts a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for the company. But overall, these last 2 weeks have been, I guess, all right. I mean, I can't complain. I got to spend 5.5 days at home, so can't complain too much. I got to spend those days with my family and my kids. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to show what the truck looks like after I turn it in tomorrow morning. I am here in the Kansas City yard. I showed up a little after 8 o'clock 8 o'clock tonight, dropped the load that I had, and drove over here to the shop. Now, I am going to probably PC back over to the main office so I can turn in all this paperwork I have, and to see if my driver manager is actually going to get me an Uber ride to the airport like he said he was. because he did call. He did hold onto that promise of he would help me try to get home. He called me today while driving in. Told me, hey, do I need to get you a bus ticket to get you back home? I was like, nope, I already have everything taken care of. All I need is a ride to the airport. And he's like, cool, I got you. So hopefully that actually comes through and happens. I mean, Uber ride is going to be much cheaper than a freaking bus ticket all the way across the country, in my opinion. Either an Uber ride or have somebody in the orientation office or whatever drive me to the airport. I don't really care. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be spending my entire day basically in airports. So with that's going to be fun. But that's week 29 and week 30 for me. Again, this is my experience as a lease purchase driver, and I told you I was going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And be 100% open and honest with you, and there it is. So, as always, I'm going to show you the pay settlement for week 29. I do not have the pay settlement for week 30, and that's because it is literally the end of week 30's pay settlement. Once I do get it on Thursday, though, I will probably add it into my final review. Just to show you guys how much I'm going to owe RTI. Now, I'm hoping all that money that I owe RTI is going to come out of the deposit that has the escrow deposit that's on the truck, and whatever maintenance bullshit that they want to come up with to fix the truck. And then hopefully there's something left to where I can have some money given to me. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if this is a sign or not. Last trip coming in today, and I had a tire blow. It's a little dark right now to show you the brand new tire that they got put on, but there's going to be that deductible off of me as well, the $250. I'm hoping they don't charge me for the full freaking tire. I am still technically covered underneath the full coverage lease, so I'm hoping they only take out the $250, but I guess we'll find out. So who knows? I think RTI is pretty stand-up. They've been pretty stand-up so far. I mean, yeah, I've had my issues, but who doesn't with a trucking company? So, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna be done with this video. That's my week 29 and week 30. Like I said, I'm gonna show you the pay settlement for week 29. And whatnot, so stay tuned for my final review. Alright guys.